the timing screens. So Jarek Metters and Jack West will start out at the front. Aaron O'Toole on row 2 alongside Billy Edgecombe. Aidan Clark on row 3 with Will Swales beside him. So out they come as well. Formation lap for a swarm of junior Rotax drivers. Look at them fly out onto the circuit right now. Down the main straight, ready to get this one underway. It's a massive swarm of them, but it will be false started to begin with. So back round again. And down the main straight, this time it's happy. And we are going for the first heat of 2023 for the juniors. There's a spin going into Billy's. Everybody's still not really missed him. A couple of bumps at the start, and it looks like someone's already got a bent axle out there. Unfortunately, that's not a good start to the year. So coming down the top bend, Billy's is out of contention for overtaking. But let's get your order on the screen. So it is Jack West, followed by Billy Edgecombe, then Jarek Metters, then Lucas Howell. Aaron O'Toole is in 5th, Will Swales in 6th. Rufus Flan 7th, Ellis Snow 8th, Charles Green in 9th, and then Charlie Parker 10th. The yellow flags are in at Billy's, so that is back once again. And two drivers that haven't made the start finish at the moment is Jamie Salter and Archie Dyson, unfortunately. So Jack West still leading the way. 35.19, Billy Edgecombe in 2nd. So down the main straight we once again go. Well, I said it like that, but here we go. Lucas Howell in 3rd. You can see him with behind him Jarek Metters. Look like they are teammates out there. Lucas Howell catching up with Billy Edgecombe. Jack West currently with a 1.26 second lead at the moment as they are going through buttons and towards the top bend. Going into the middle of the pack, Daniel Tribe leading to Ellis Snow at the moment. We go around Billy's once again, an overtake between two drivers as they're going through. Billy's the one that was behind and is now in front. That is the 77 on the 20. So Charles Green going up into 6th position. And Rufus Flan down to 7th. Will they be able to swap that back round again? We'll find out a bit later on. The 20 at threat for the 61 though. Daniel Tribe back once again for 2023. Number 19 having a look for the inside. Backs off for just for now as they go towards the horseshoe next. The 53, Jarek Metters behind as well. Does that mean Billy Edgecombe is holding those two up, or are the other two quicker? Probably the second one. Top bend and down the main straight. And here we go, the 19 already looking for a move. Sticks behind as we go into Billy's. Sticking on Lucas Howell. And the battle with Billy Edgecombe, 34.30 set by Jack West as he is flying away from the rest of the grid at the moment. So we go into the hairpin once again and towards the horseshoe. The 19, Lucas Howell really just staying behind and playing the waiting game. Lucas Howell still behind Aaron O'Toole ahead of Charles Green. Speaking of Charles Green, fastest lap of this race, 34.22. Someone's found some place. Meanwhile, Jack West setting the fastest Sector 1 time of 12.28. So we'll see if we get a quick time from him. Lucas Howell still with the sticking behind our second place driver, the 77, and I think that's the 48 as well, having two battles between one another. So down the main straight once again, there goes our leader, Jack West, followed by a charging Lucas Howell, then Billy Edgecombe. Then we've got Jarek Metters and Charles Green, Daniel Tribe as well. If you do want to support any of the drivers, head over to the YouTube channel. Meanwhile, the 20 and 48s having a swapperoo. Rufus Flan ahead of Aaron O'Toole. Still lots more action to go. The 53. Jarek Metters now having a go at Billy Edgecombe. As we go in towards the S's, Daniel Tribe, number 61, currently in 6th. 34.14 for the fastest lap time in this race so far. So Heat 1 absolutely flying by. So much action going on through. We'll go from 15th downwards. Will Swales in 15th. Levi Sanghera in 16th, Alexander Senna in 17th, and then Maxim Smith in 18th. Danny May Reid in the kart number 55 up into 20th, making up the top 20. That is one of our novices. But meanwhile, focusing back to our top grid, and it is Billy Edgecombe at threat. Meanwhile, I think that's Jack West already lapping some of our back markers, which is at the far back of the grid. So number 36, 31, I think were the two given the first blue flags of today. Oh, and there's been something's happened. Someone's lost their exhaust. I don't know why I said it like that. But yeah, we've had something happen. Missed that one, but I just saw a exhaust come off of a cart. Something you never thought I would say. Let's all go. That looks like it was from the energy course, number 94. I think I said that right. Let me double check. It's the new team on the scene. Unfortunately, having to reply. He doesn't look happy. He does not look happy at all out there. And that was Levi Sanghera, the number 94. Right, 20 seconds left on the clock. Jack West still leading the way. Billy Edgecombe still defending off Jarek Metters. I've actually lost where they are. There he is. Fortunately. A 23 with a familiar looking kart. I think he's the only one that stands out all blue from a distance. So, fun facts. Jack Philpott says on YouTube, good luck team Clay Racing. Right, last lap, ladies and gents. Oh, it's all go. The number 92, Jack West, 2.61 second lead to Lucas Howe. Billy Edgecombe still defending off Jarek Metters, and I think Charles Green's joined the party as well. Trying to find where Jack West keeps going from. But here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Checkered flag is out. Jack West takes the Heat 1 win for the first race of 2023 for the Junior Rotax 25 strong grid. Lucas Howe takes second, with Billy Edgecombe in third, Jarek Metters fourth, Charles Green fifth, Daniel Tribe sixth, Rufus Flan takes seventh position, Ellis Snow in eighth, Aaron O'Toole ninth, and then rounding out the top 10 is Jasmine Taylor in the number 84, and then our highest novice is Monica Bolton in the number 57, finished out in 12th. And we got Happy Bunnies. We are good. I don't know why it's Happy Bunnies, but here we go. So into Billy's we are. And this time everybody stays on the road. 3 wides at point going into Billy's. Through the S's, just keeping an eye on this back part. And we're all good to go, so let's keep running through. So Charlie Cox flown in the lead. 2 seconds later it is Archie Dyson, then it's Harry Gilbert, then it's Ellis Snow, then Maxim Smith. It's all changing though. Through the S's, a little bit of a snap of grip there for the 28. Ellis Snow catching that beautifully coming out the S's. Fastest lap so far. No, it's only the start of this race, but it's a 36.81 set by our leader Charlie Cox. So Charlie Cox still with the lead. Harry Gilbert in second. Fastest lap goes to Charles Green, number 77, 35.07. There's been a couple of spins at the exit of the hairpin. One driver's facing the other way. We fly on through another. We've got a contact one into Danny May Reed, the 55, one of the novices out there on circuit. But it's Charlie Cox, Harry Gilbert, Ellis Snow, Jack West taking the fastest lap now. Rufus Fan in 5th, Archie Dyson 6th, Logan Bennett 7th, Joshua Withcombe 8th, Lucas Howell 9th. He started in 22nd, didn't he? And then Charles Green in 10th. Let's just double check that. Yeah. Lucas Howell starting at the back of the grid pretty much, and already claiming straight up to the top 10. So some great driving there from him. So flying on through, Charlie Cox still with this 3-second gap. Oh, I think it's going to be bigger than that at the moment. It is. It's now 4. So still flying on through. Another dive down the inside by a man with a green helmet as we go around the horseshoe. Round the hairpin towards the horseshoe. That's the 29, Joshua Withcombe. With some pace throughout this race so far. So keep on going on to the next lap. 6 laps completed. Charlie Cox still with that 4-second lead. Harry Gilbert Then Jack West, Ellis Snow, Rufus Flan. That's still not changed between those drivers. It's a train of 5 of them sticking behind one another. There we go. So it's a 92, then 63. Jack West making another position upwards again. Jack West really charging for our leader of Charlie Cox. So 3 minutes 47 left on the clock. Some more changes on the grid. Jack West, Harry Gilbert, Logan Bennett for second, third and fourth. There's a really huge pack of them going into the hairpin, out towards the horseshoe once again. It's still more changes, some darting down the inside, some taking the racing line. Joshua Withcomb is one of those drivers who's doing that one as we go down the main straight once again from second downwards. As Charlie Cox over just under 5 seconds. It was over 5 seconds. So Jack West with some pace now through the S's down towards the back straights. Number 29 ahead of the 63. So ahead of Harry Gilbert now is Joshua Withcomb. Down at the back, meanwhile, Zach Fontenue. The 52, one of the novices, up into 16th. Danny May Reid in 18th. Rufus Flan losing a position that lap to Joshua Withcomb. Arthur Thacker making a position up on Harry Gilbert. 2 of the changes between that lap and this one. And the 12, Charlie Cox, still with this lead at the moment, catching up with one of our back markers as well, the guy at the back. And right on the rear of Ellis Snow, the 28. Will there be a change between the two? Keeping the eyes on those two as we go down the main straight now. And down the main straight we go through the kink. A little nudge from behind as we go into Billy's. And he's ahead now. He is ahead. The 29 ahead of the 28. Let's go through the S's down the back straight. Someone's got pace, and that's Joshua Withcomb. His next target is Logan Bennett. Is he going to catch up within the next 34 seconds? There's plenty of time. Plenty of time. Let's see what we get. Joshua Withcomb's already ahead. I'm going to say the words ahead. 92. Yes, he is ahead. Joshua Withcomb wasting no time out there on the circuit. Meanwhile, the 95 getting in the way of the 92. Jack West there. So down the main straight we go once more. Charlie Cox taking the last lap board now. So last lap of this race. Jack West 4 seconds behind. Still too much time for catching up and so little time in this race. Joshua Withcomb fastest lap 34.20 still is that fastest that we have in this race. Archie Dyson making the position on Charlie Parker. Meanwhile, we'll feast our eyes on buttons and towards the top bend where Charlie Cox, kart number 12, will be coming down as he comes down the main straight now and takes the checkered flag for this race, heat number 2. And checkered flag goes to Charlie Cox, winning this race by 4.71 seconds. Jack West will take second, Joshua Withcomb third. Then we have Logan Bennett in fourth. Lucas Howe will take fifth. Charles Green in sixth. Ellis Snow seventh. Arthur Thacker eighth. Rufus Flan in ninth. And then rounding out the top 10 is Harry Gilbert in 10th. And the top novice for this race was Zach Fontenue. Car number 52. Fastest lap goes to Joshua Withcomb. And I'm not surprised, he was charging and flying through this race. 34.20. So here we go then, and spins coming out of the pit lane. Let's go for the third but not final heat for the junior Rotax. As you all know, there is 4 heats in a final for the juniors, as there is 24 of them. And it's going to be interesting to see what we get. So, going up towards buttons. All eyes on the junior Rotax now. Let's see how this plays out through the next 8 minutes plus 1 lap as they come down the main straight already. And this time it's good to go straight off. So going into Billy's, it's all good so far. Everyone's keeping it on the track as we go through the S's. Too wide, a couple of spins out the back, and someone's into skipping over the sausage curb and into the barriers. He's still going. And someone digging themselves out of the little divot in the S's. So let's get your order after a chaotic few corners. We've got more spins. We've got something coming off of another cart. Holy moly. Right then, so it's Jasmine Taylor, followed by Charles Green, then Joshua Whitcomb, then Lucas Howell, then Matthew Turner, then Harry Gilbert, then Arthur Thacker, then Aaron O'Toole, Billy Edgecombe in 9th, and then Emily Cotty in 10th. That's your top 10 in under one breath. Well, I can breathe again. So, in those instances, so if we've lost Frank Ward, he's popped into the pits. Monica Bolton is somewhere out there, potentially. They are the two that have not popped over the line yet after the first warm-up lap. But let's keep going on through. There she goes. There is the 57 over the line. So into Billy's we go. Everything's going on. So Archie Dyson, mechanical flag is out for him. We got yellow flag at Billy. Someone's wedged on the grass. Everyone's off over. We've got another cart off at the hairpin. Everything's going on at once. So coming down the main straight then, it's the 84, then the 77. Jasmine Taylor with that lead. Yellow flags at Billy, so no overtaking there. As we go around Billy's, Charles Green fastest lap, 35.16 to catch up with the 84. Jasmine Taylor. It's clear at the hairpin. Will there be a move made? And I think there was down the inside. Managing to stay in front. Swapping over once again though. The 84 still leading, but only by a little bit. As we go towards the top bend then. Down the main straight we come. Everything's happened at once. So it's very close between our top two. The 77, Charles Green really wants this. Second place right on the rear end of the 84. 19 of Lucas Howell in that mix as well. Down the inside, Charles Green goes on Jasmine Taylor. As we go around the hairpin towards the horseshoe now, is it going to switch once again? A defensive line taken by the 77. It's allowing Lucas Howell and Joshua Whitcomb to slowly catch up between the two. So through buttons and from the top bend we go. This one's really picking off. Down the main straight we go once more. The top four close together. Are we going to get more from these four? Charles Green, Jasmine Taylor, Lucas Howell, Joshua Whitcomb. Just behind them we've got Arthur Thacker. He's on his little race of his own. Down the main straight, the 19 already challenging the 84. Down the inside he goes for the hairpin and also follows Joshua Whitcomb. And the 84, Jasmine Taylor, now down into 4th position. More down the insides by the 23 and the 45 at the hairpin. A swap between those two. Fastest lap goes to 9th position. 61, Daniel Tribe, 34.58. Is anybody else going to beat that one just yet? Not yet, though. The top three setting personal best mind. Lucas Howell up into 2nd, Joshua Whitcomb 3rd, Jasmine Taylor 4th, like I said earlier. 3 of the S's down the back straight. The 19 to now catch up with the 77 of Charles Green. Everything's happening. Some more changes at the hairpin at inside line, and ahead is the man in green. That is the 61. Mentioned him earlier, Daniel Tribe. So down the main straight we come. It is the 77 still leading by just over half a second at the moment. Lucas Howell trying to catch up. He does have Joshua Whitcomb behind. And then Jasmine Taylor losing a few tenths here and there. Slowly catching up though to the top 3 drivers. Meanwhile, Arthur Thacker still in a race of his own. He has a gap in front, gap behind, and that gap behind has the 63 of Harry Gilbert, Billy Edgecombe, Daniel Tribe, and Matthew Turner. That's a battle in that top 4. So some brilliant stuff already at the start of this race, and even halfway through. Black flag given to Archie Dyson, the 21. I think he did ignore stuff, but he is in the pits already though. That was a couple of minutes ago. 32 at threat by the 42. As they were going through the S's, it was very close between the two of them at the hairpin. They're still ahead of one another though. Still keeping it as they were, 32 to the 42. That is somewhere on the timing screen. It was the 92 and the 42. I don't know where I got the 30 from. That was Jack Weston, Emily Cotty. Meanwhile, let's go to the front where the 19 and 29 of Lucas Howell and Joshua Withcombe battling it between one another. Billy Edgecombe given a contact warning as well, currently in 8th position. So some brilliant stuff here. Joshua Withcombe with the fastest lap time as well, 34.48. Meanwhile, our highest novice at the moment is Zach Fontenot, the number 52, currently chilling in 17th position. That's the 31 behind him. We've got some changes going on potentially at the hairpin. Two drivers side by side for a brief moment as the 94 and 42. That's Levi Sangira and Emily Cotty, I think that is. So I think there's been some changes somewhere at the back of the grid here. So down the main straight we come. And indeed it was Emily Cotty losing 2 positions that lap. Charles Green though, and Lucas Howe, Joshua Withcombe as well in the 3. There's a minute left of this race. This 8 minutes has just flown by. Lucas Howe quickly checking where Joshua Withcombe is. It's quite close behind. Lucas Howe does have the fastest lap, 34.43. As they go down towards the hairpin now. Around the hairpin towards the horseshoe, and this is where we have our next close look with the 19 and 29. Those two having another battle. So top bend and then down the main straight we come. Spreading even once more, 25 seconds, so we're going to catch another extra lap in this race as we go around Billy's towards and through the S's. Meanwhile, a little bit further back, we mentioned about Arthur Thacker. He's been joined by the 80. Well, he's joining the 84. A couple of spins down at the horseshoe as well. Our novice of the 52, Zach, was in that one. But nevertheless, going back up towards the top bend where we feast our eyes on our soon to feast our eyes on our leaders. There they are. It's time for the last lap of this race. So we have one last lap. What's going to happen between Charles Green, Lucas Howe and Joshua Withcombe? Going through the S's. Flying down towards the hairpin next, where they're going to meet up with one of our back markers here. Well, they catch up quite quickly though. So around the horseshoe we go. Buttons. And then towards the top bend. Ladies and gentlemen, after a very, very busy start to this race, ladies and gentlemen, taking the checkered flag for this one, it's going to be Charles Green, followed by Lucas Howell 0.19 seconds later. Then it's Joshua Withcombe in 3rd, Jasmine Taylor 4th, managed to hang on to the top 4, Arthur Thacker in 5th, Daniel Tribe 6th, Billy Edgecombe 7th, Charlie Cox 8th, Matthew Turner 9th, and then Harry Gilbert rounds out your top 10. Fastest lap goes to Joshua Withcombe in 3rd with a 34.37, and our highest novice today is for Heat 3 anyway, is Zach Fontenot in kart number 52, rounded out and finished 20th in the end. Wow! Now that is what I've missed. That is what I've missed over the winter periods. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the favourite race of today. That is it. That is my favourite race so far today. Junior Rotax. They're going to be my new favourite for 2023. Wow. So let's see what we get for these 8 minutes. 8 extra minutes for the Junior Rotax. What shall we get? Ladies and gentlemen, let's find out with me. Let's see what we can gather from this one. So, top bend then, ladies and gentlemen. And down the main straight we come for the 4th final heat and the last heat of the day. We are good to go. Let's see how this one goes. So all of them into Billy's. Some of them taking the curb, one of them too much of the curb and has spun. 2 of them have spun at Billy's, but nobody else was involved. Keeping on going through. Someone's lost something off of their cart. We got someone in the tyre waters. There we go, it's all happening again. So back to the front of the pack, it's a 15, I think that was out in front. Logan Bennett, he will take the lead for this one at the moment. Still plenty left to go. It's not even the first lap completed yet. So down the main straight we come. And let's go for it. Yellow flags at Billy's, so no overtaking at Billy's. But it's Logan Bennett, followed by Alexander Senna, then Daniel Tribe, Arthur Thacker, then Levi Sanghera. Then it's Jasmine Taylor, then Emily Cotty, then Billy Edgecombe, Rufus Flan, then Matthew Turner. That's your top 10. Top 4 flying away from the rest of the pack at the moment. That's the number 15, 76, 61, and 14. Going around the horseshoe, the 76, a little bit further behind from the 15 as we go towards the top bend next. Meanwhile, in the midfield pack, very close together for those ones. A little bit behind the top 4 is 5th and 6th. That's the 94 and 84. Let's see what comes between those two. They have the 23 of Billy Edgecombe behind them too. Still yellows at Billy's mind. So, hairpin is where we've had an overtake by the looks of it, the 2 of them. It's the 61 of Daniel Tribe ahead of Alexander Senna, as they were just feeding into the horseshoe there. So, down the main straight we come. Logan Bennett still leads the way. Daniel Tribe in second, sets the fastest lap of this race, 35.16. In third position is Alexander Senna. Fourth position, Arthur Thacker. The 84, 23 and 94. There's been a change between Billy Edgecombe and Levi Sanghera. And a spin at the hairpin as well. Yellow flags out there. He's now fed himself to the back of the pack. Unfortunately, I'll let you know who that was a little bit later on. So still flying through this one. We've had some spins at the horseshoe and again at... Oh, someone's budged the barriers. There's some heavy barriers as well. So that puts out a yellow for post 2 and then post 4, which puts out 2 parts of the track out of contention for overtakes at the moment. So down the main straight comes the 15, Logan Bennett, then Daniel Tribe, Alexander Senna, then Arthur Thacker. So nothing can happen at the S's and the back straight for the minute. So it puts the hairpin at for your overtaking spot, which has actually happened for 4th and 3rd. By the looks of it, has it changed? No, it's a 76 and 14, so it hasn't changed just yet, but something was going to happen between the 2 of them very close together. So not many overtaking spots at the moment on the circuit. But we still have it. Daniel Tribe's in the lead, by the way, followed by Logan Bennett, then Alexander Senna, Arthur Thacker. Billy Edgecombe is in 5th, Jasmine Taylor 6th. Those 2 are swapped down the inside. Was going to be someone, but they couldn't get there just before the yellow flag. The marshals trying their best to get those barriers back into place to unleash the full track again. And it has done on one side. So through the S's, down the back straight. The S's is back unlocked for overtaking. So down the main straight we go once again. Horseshoe still out of contention because of Kart's on the barriers, but we shall get the full track back in a few mere seconds. So 3 minutes 20 on the clock. Daniel Tribe, Logan Bennett, Alexander Senna, then Arthur Thacker. That is your top four. Meanwhile, the 14 right down the inside, little bump of wheels, but he has passed as we go through the S's, down the back straight. Both drivers still going. Very close between the two there. Still flying through this race at the moment. Around the horseshoe. Meanwhile, at the hairpin, into the horseshoe, goes the 20 and 94, Rufus Fan and Levi Sangera. So let's get an update to your running order. The top four, the only change between those was Arthur Thacker and Alexander Senna as they're going into Billy's. Meanwhile, darting down the inside is Billy Edgecombe on Jasmine Taylor going through the S's, down the back straight. The 23 now ahead of the 84. So once more, some more opportunities taken there on that. So the horseshoe wants to get a little bit further back. There are a few together, close together. And down the inside goes to 29 on the 53. Joshua Withcombe on Jarek Metters. Meanwhile, Daniel Tribe going over the line once again. Still 2 minutes left on the clock for heat number 4 for the junior Rotax. So our leaders going down into the hairpin. (61, 15, 14), then 76. It looks like Arthur Thacker is managing to close the gap a little bit. Meanwhile, going into the horseshoe, it was nearly a double overtake, and it isn't double overtake. That got single to a single. That didn't make sense, but coming down the main straight then is that battle. Say 29 at 53, and then the 45. Matthew Turner did lose 2 positions on that one, but seemed to nearly gain it back. We had a spin near the back of the S's as well. I'm trying to keep an eye on what's going on. Everything is everywhere once again, but not as crazy as last time. So coming from the main straight, it goes Daniel Tribe, then Arthur Thacker. That was Logan Bennett who spun. So that's changed that at the top. So it's Daniel Tribe, Arthur Thacker, Alexander Seller, then Billy Edgecombe. Joshua Withcombe takes the fastest lap so far this race of a 34.60. So he's got some pace here at the last closing stages of this race. So Zach Fontenot going over the line there. Meanwhile, our leaders coming on through. The 14 of Arthur Thacker starting to close that gap up once again to Daniel Tribe. It is still very close. Oliver Grundy going over the line there in 14th position. Oh, that was very close between the 28 and the 94. They're going into the horseshoe. A really late lunge that nearly went wrong. Nevertheless, still going through. We're on to the last lap then of this race for Daniel Tribe, Arthur Thacker, Alexander Senna, your top 3. That is still unchanged down the back straight towards the hairpin. Around towards the horseshoe next. Catching up with one of the back markers of 52. Which is Zach Fontenot. Is that another spin from the number 15? Nevertheless, coming down the main straight then and taking the checkered flag. Ladies and gentlemen, it was Daniel Tribe who took the checkered flag for the Junior Rotax Heat 4. Arthur Thacker 2nd, Alexander Senna 3rd, Billy Edgecombe 4th, Jasmine Taylor 5th, Rufus Fan 6th, Levi Seinhera in 7th, then Ellis Snow 8th, Jarek Metters in 9th, and then Matthew Turner in 10th. Top novice was Zach Fontenot in 16th position, the number 52. Who's yet to come over the line, but coming across the line. We lost a couple of drivers. We lost the 36, the 33, the 57. We lost Charlie Cox, number 12, Aaron O'Toole, the 48, Karthik Kumeta as well, and Logan Bennett right at the end. But nevertheless, that is all the heats done. So this is going to be some interesting racing for sure. If we're going off of their Heat 3 and Heat 4 performance, we are looking at some competitive racing, and it looks like Lucas Howell will be starting at the front. Saw him during the break time. He seems happy. So here we go. We've got we've gone back to 31 drivers, so this is going to be even more hectic. 31 drivers for the final. Let's see what we get. So, top bend, down the main straight. Are we going to go first time? And indeed we are, ladies and gentlemen. The Junior Rotax final is underway. So into Billy's 31 drivers fly into. There's been one spin on the outside, and it's a bit sad on that one, but nevertheless, we are going through down to the hairpin, front of the grid, going around the hairpin into the horseshoe. The rest of the grid still flying through into the horseshoe. We've got one in the tyres. And then we are still going down the inside. Goes the 67. I think that was his side numbers are completely ruined. So let's get your running order then. So it's Charles Green, followed by Lucas Howell, then Billy Edgecombe, then Jack West, and Jasmine Taylor, then Rufus Flan, then it's Jarek Metters, then it's Charlie Cox, then Logan Bennett, then Arthur Thacker. That's your top 10. And possibly changing. There was a squeeze for a 3 wide between the 76, 53 and 45. One of them backed out, and I think that was a wise idea, because 3 into 1 does not go. That's been proven last year multiple times. Meanwhile, at the front, unchanged for the minutes, as it's slightly spread. We've got 2 off at the horseshoe. I just see someone doing pirouettes out the corner of my eyes. But nevertheless, still carrying on. So 77 following the 19, 23, then the by another one. I can't see the number. Hopefully the 92 if my eyes are working correctly. So we're still flying on through. We've lost one driver so far. That is Aaron O'Toole, who's popped into the pits. So down the main straight we come. The top 2 a little bit further away. We've got the 3rd and 4th closing the gap a little bit. Billy Edgecombe and Jack West. 5th position starting to close the gap as well. 35.16, the fastest lap time set by the 77. A little bit further back, we've got the 95.31. There's been yellow flags at Billy's. That's because we have a spinner who spun at the rear of the pack. But enough of the back and more to the front. It's Charles Green followed by Lucas Howell. 34.93 set by Lucas Howell, so he has some pace under his kart at the moment. As we fly through this grid further. Our top 2 splitting away from 3rd downwards. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th all together. Neither of them want to lose toe of one another as they go down the main straight now. And they come flying on through. One looking for the outer side line and does dart down the inside line and gets ahead. Swapping with the other driver and behind him. Another overtake. So the 84 ahead of the 23. And I think that was the 53 ahead of the 20 as well. So 2 overtakes in one corner by different drivers. Meanwhile, there's still more behind as we go into the horseshoe. The 14 defending off the 29, 15 and 28 behind. Got quite a few contact warnings coming out. The most recent one is by, the most recent one is Daniel Tribe at the moment. So it's popping up onto my timing screen. So it's getting a bit close between a couple of drivers. Nevertheless, fastest lap time goes to Daniel Tribe, number 61, 34.66. His fastest lap time. He's at the back of the grid at the moment and currently in 20th position. Will Swales making a position up just as he went over the line there. Caught that one out the corner of my eyes. Nevertheless, carrying on, 7 minutes 55 left on the clock, and the number 19 of Lucas Howell closing that gap slightly. 0.39 is the gap. We got Go Alexander on the YouTube live stream by Suzanne Oldfield. Alexander Seller currently in 14th position. Few changes being made here and there. We'll update as we go over as they go over the line. Top three, Jack West is starting to close that gap towards Lucas Howell and Charles Green. Jack West does hold the fastest lap time of the 34.62. As he's going down at the back straight. The 84 also defending off Jasmine Taylor. She's been high up throughout today as well. So around the hairpin towards the horseshoe, that pack go. So all in total, one of them, we've got a pack of 5 behind. Let's see how this one plays out throughout the day. We've got some more of our back markers coming up. Charles Green and Lucas Howell and Jack West catching up with our back marker mind as we go around Billy's through the S's. Back marker staying out of the way very respectively. The 40 of Charlie Parker. Still watching where people are going for the meantime. The 84 still defending off the 3 drivers behind. 23, the 53 and 20. As our leaders are just popping over the line here. So 5 minutes 40 left on the clock. And it's still Charles Green, Lucas Howell, Jack West coming down the line. A couple of back markers mixed into this lot as well. Going around Billy's and through the S's we go. Jack West trying ever so hard to catch up with Lucas Howell and Charles Green. Meanwhile, the 52 and 94 are having a go. Zank Fontenue and Karthik Kameta, the 2 drivers at the back. Currently our upcoming back markers anyway for Charles Green. Speeding along onto lap number 13, sorry. As those 2 have only just started their lap number 12. So still not too much change. Jack West 34.58, the fastest lap time currently. Karts all over the place on this circuit. It's filled. 31 drivers, the biggest grid of today. And as such, it shows when there is action going everywhere and changes everywhere. Previous lap, Billy Edgecombe made a position up, and so did Rufus Flan. Some more drivers following over the line. Harry Gilbert, Alexander Senna, Matthew Turner. Those 3 having a battle as the one at the back nearly looked for the inside line. Backed out of that one. The 45 there on the 76 didn't want to go so far. Which was interesting. It was quite far back that the move could have been made. But played it safe for now. So Charles Green still leading the way, and I can see the 19 is right behind at the moment. 3rd and 4th. possibly a change in as they went through the S's. They've stuck behind one another for now, the 94. Is actually a back marker, so managing to get out the way there now. There was a battle going on then. Never mind. 3 minutes 19 for the Junior Rotax final for round number 1. Joshua Withcombe making up a position that lap number 29 on the 14. Arthur Thacker down into 9th position. And Joshua Withcombe up into 8th. Meanwhile, at the S's, we've got the 53 there. Jarek Metters, Joshua Withcombe, Arthur Thacker, and Charlie Cox. So speaking of the Devils, so going around the hairpin towards the horseshoe now. And still pretty much all together for the minutes. So down the main straight we go. Karts all over the place. The 52 and 40 in the middle of the top 10. As we still fly on through. The 77 now catching up with the 33. I think that was... it was the 33 of Will Swales in 26th at the moment. But look at them all fly into Billy's. We're going to possibly get another change here. Just keeping an eye on this one. And down the inside he goes. That is the 12 of Charlie Cox on Arthur Thacker. So Arthur Thacker down another position with another lap there. Some more changes on the previous lap. Jamie Salter up a position. We also got Maxim Smith up into 22nd as well. And the 94 and 40 have possibly changed as well. So far this race, we lost Aaron O'Toole. We lost him on lap number 1. We are 17 laps later. And a lot more stuff from there as well. So fastest lap time still staying with Daniel Tribe, 34.56. So well done to him having that one early on. As the rest of the field going through, Jasmine Taylor makes up a position, and so does so does Joshua Withcombe on Jarek Metters. Nearly losing the line there. But nevertheless, still got 32 seconds left on the clock of this Junior Rotax final. Who is still going to be coming out on top? We shall find out very soon. But nevertheless, we've got another one in the pits. 94, Levi Sanghera into the pits. So 2 drivers down out of 31. Still 29 running. Rufus Flan losing 2 positions at previous lap. 5 seconds remaining on the race clock. Which means the next time Charles Green comes over the line, it will be the last lap board and one last lap for Charles Green versus Lucas Howe. But is the gap too big between the two of them? Let's find out, because I haven't seen them for a few laps. So it's the 77 and the 19. The gap is huge, but here we go. Last lap, ladies and gentlemen. So around Billy's. Towards the S's now. Down the back straight. And here we go. That's the song, that. Well, that's the lyric of the song anyway. So somewhere around the horseshoe, through buttons, and towards the top bend, ladies and gentlemen, winning the Junior Rotax final for round number 1 of the 2023 Clay Pigeon Kart Club Championships. It's going to be Charles Green in number 77, followed by Lucas Howe, fresh off of the Minimax, into second. Jack West in 3rd position, followed by Jasmine Taylor in 4th. Billy Edgecombe will take 5th. Joshua Withcombe will take 6th. Jarek Metters in 7th. Charlie Cox in 8th. Rufus Flan in 9th. And rounding out your top 10, it will be Arthur Thacker taken the fastest lap. He finished in 13th position. It's the number 61, Daniel Tribe, with a 34.56. And the top novice at the end of that one, finishing in 19th position, it's the number 57 of Monica Bolton. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of the Junior Rotax final, and that will be it for the Junior Rotax today. They had 4 heats and a final, and some amazing races happening throughout their day. And it's great to finish with 29 drivers and start with 30 as well, I think. Explosion.